Hello and welcome back to Counting the Omer 5786. Let's start out with this blessing for Torah study today. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who made us holy through mitzvot, and who has commanded us to get busy with words of Torah. So, we are in the second week of the counting of the Omer, which corresponds to Gevurah, strength. And we're going into the first day of the week, which corresponds to Chesed, loving kindness, and mercy. These are the same sefirot, but different flows. Last week, the focus was on love, kindness, and mercy, and on how other emanations flow from that. This week, our base layer is strength, and we're going to explore what it means for the other emanations to be flowing from there. So this week, we're going to explore how the energy shifts when things flow from the place of strength and boundaries instead of love and mercy. So what happens when love flows from strength instead of the other way around? There's not just one answer to this question, really. Some of the answers will actually make you feel good. They may give you a sense of safety or increased confidence because maybe you remember some time when somebody loved you from the place of their strength, from the place of their righteousness, or their sense of right and wrong, and they were filled with love for you or acted in a loving, kind way towards you, or somehow found mercy for you within the space of their sense of right and wrong and their strength and solidness. All of those things can feel really positive. But some thoughts that you may have about this as you explore the idea of chesed flowing from gevurah can actually feel somewhat uncomfortable. Maybe a time when somebody put their rules ahead of their care for you. So the way in which they showed you care came out not really feeling so great, or um, or maybe whatever they were doing with the very best of intentions fell flat. Since our goal is tikkun, fixing things that are broken, we can either choose to focus on the positive explorations alone, or perhaps better yet, allow ourselves to think of the difficult ones and consider how those might be tempered, corrected, or viewed in a new light today. For instance, if somebody did something with all of the best intentions, but it came out very wrong, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to focus on their intentions and where they were coming from, and perhaps find some compassion moving back the other direction. Or perhaps you might look at something that happened and understand that actually something was in some way for the good because of where it was coming from a position of strength and boundaries, and that actually it was appropriately loving, though you didn't feel it or experience it that way at the time, because you were also experiencing the boundaryness that this was coming from. I want to go back to something I said yesterday. The world is too much for a single human to hold. Let chesed be your backpack. That idea really, obviously, it resonates with me, or else I wouldn't have put it in the presentation in the first place. But the idea of carrying things in chesed really struck me and resonated with me as a way to move through these difficult moments. But today, perhaps it might be a good idea to think about doing this the other way. Um, Maybe instead of chesed being your backpack, maybe this week you can think about what it's like to have gvura as your backpack. What happens when you pull chesed out of your backpack of strength? What would that be like as you approach whatever challenges that you have today? Perhaps we'll explore that a little bit more over this week. So let us say the blessings for the Sfirat HaOmer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al Sfirat HaOmer. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctifies us with mitzvot and commands us concerning the counting of the Omer. Hayom shmone yamim shehem shavua echad v'yom echad le'omer. Kabel chesed shebigvura leda'at. Today is the 8th day, which is 1 week and 1 day of the Omer. Receive chesed within strength to know. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow. And if you haven't already joined the conversation, come on over to school. We'd love to see you there. Bye.